Better Call Saul Season 2 के बाद आज कहानी देखते हैं. Welcome to the Better Call Saul Season 3 recap. Jimmy finally admits to his brother Chuck that he doctored the Mesa Verde legal documents. But he has no idea that Chuck, despite his supposed physical allergy to electricity, is secretly recording the entire confession on a battery-powered cassette tape. Chuck knows the recording itself might not hold up in court, so he plays a long game. He reveals the tape's existence to others, knowing that word will get back to Jimmy and provoke a reckless, emotional break-in. The plan works, and enraged Jimmy kicks down Chuck's door, finds the tape, and destroys it in front of him. But the room isn't empty. Chuck has his law partner Howard and a private investigator waiting in the wings to witness the felony. By letting his temper override his instincts, Jimmy falls directly into a trap designed to end his legal career. He's now facing criminal charges for breaking and entering, with no clear way to talk himself out of the arrest. Elsewhere, Ehrmantraut discovers someone is watching him. He takes his car apart piece by piece until he finds a sophisticated tracking device hidden inside his gas tap. Instead of leading his stalkers home, Mike obtains an identical tracker and clones the signal. He intentionally drains the original bug's battery, forcing the cartel to retrieve it. When they swap the units, they inadvertently take Mike's live tracker back to their own base. The signal leads Mike directly to a restaurant called Los Pollos Hermanos. This is our first introduction to Gustavo Fring, the manager who serves as a front for a massive drug empire. Through sheer tactical discipline, Mike has bridged his solitary world with a multi-million-dollar supply chain. His search for a local stalker has landed him directly in the middle of Gus Fring's territory. The conflict between the brothers finally reaches a bar hearing. Chuck testifies with absolute confidence, describing Jimmy's fraud, while the courtroom is cleared of all electronics to accommodate his allergy. But Jimmy has a final piece of evidence. He reveals that he had a pickpocket slip a fully charged cell phone battery into Chuck's pocket nearly 2 hours ago, and Chuck hasn't felt a single thing. Realizing he's been exposed in front of his peers, Chuck suffers a total breakdown. He screams that he isn't crazy, but the more he rants about his brother's history as a con man, the more he proves that his illness is purely mental. Jimmy isn't disbarred, but he is suspended for 1 year. To stay afloat, he creates a new persona, Saul Goodman, and starts producing low-budget commercials for local businesses that can't afford primetime rates. Desperate for his share of the Sandpiper settlement, Jimmy targets a suite resident named Irene. He rigs a bingo game and spreads rumors to turn her friends against her, hoping the social isolation will force her to settle the case early. This is a turning point for Jimmy. He's no longer just cutting corners to protect himself. He's now willing to destroy an innocent woman's social life just to get his hands on a paycheck a few months early. Back in the drug trade, Hector Salamanca is struggling to move his product across the border now that the cartel is demanding more professional logistics. Mike sabotages Hector's operation by throwing a bag of cocaine onto the roof of a drug truck. When the truck hits the border, the drugs spill out. The driver is arrested, and Hector's primary supply line is permanently severed. Hector is forced to demand space on Gus Fring's chicken trucks to move his product. It seems like a victory for Hector, but it's exactly what Gus wanted: total control over the cartel's distribution network. Hector looks for a new front for his money laundering and settles on an upholstery shop. The owner is a man of integrity, but more importantly, he is the father of Hector's lieutenant, Nacho Varga. Nacho decides to kill Hector before he can ruin his father's life. He practices swapping Hector's heart medication with fake ibuprofen-filled capsules, waiting for the perfect moment to make the switch. To protect their families, both Mike and Nacho are forced into high-stakes sabotage. They are operating in the shadow of a man like Hector, where a single mistake results in a death sentence. Kim Wexler is working herself into the ground. With Jimmy suspended, she is the sole earner, taking on massive clients like Mesa Verde, while getting almost no sleep. The exhaustion finally hits a breaking point. While driving to a meeting on a remote desert road, Kim falls asleep at the wheel and crashes her car, suffering a broken arm and a destroyed vehicle. The crash changes everything for Jimmy. Seeing how his greed nearly killed his partner, he stages a public meltdown at the nursing home to take the blame for the Sedum drama, repairing Irene's friendships at the cost of his own reputation. With no money coming in and Kim needing months of recovery, they no longer afford their office. They pack their files, fire their receptionist, and let go of the professional dream they built together. The dominoes have finally fallen. Jimmy's attempt to fast-track his career has cost him his office, his reputation, and nearly the life of the person he cares about most. During a cartel meeting, Hector suffers a massive heart attack. He reaches for his pills, but Nacho's fake medication fails him. Hector collapses, surviving the episode but suffering permanent brain damage that will leave him bound to a wheelchair. Chuck's career also comes to a humiliating end. Howard Hamlin, tired of the liability Chuck has become, pays him off with millions of his own money just to get him to walk away from the firm. Jimmy attempts to apologize to Chuck one last time, hoping for a moment of brotherly connection. Instead, Chuck looks at him with total indifference and says, "You never mattered all that much to me." Alone and rejected, Chuck's mental health spirals. He completely destroys his home searching for an electrical leak, staring obsessively at his outside electric meter until he finally reaches his absolute breaking point. He kicks over a gas lantern, setting his entire house and himself on fire. With Chuck gone and their final exchange being one of cold hatred, the last person Jimmy ever tried to be good for is out of his life. This tragic end burns away the final barrier between Jimmy McGill and the total amorality of Saul Goodman. क्या लगता है क्या होगा आगे की कहानी में? तब तक के लिए और रिकैप्स देखने के लिए फॉलो मी एंड लाइक, शेयर एंड कमेंट ऑन दिस वीडियो। एंड अगर आपने ये रिकैप लास्ट तक देखा है तो चैनल पर बाकी वेब सीरीज और मूवीज आपके लिए ही है।